Let's get started, shall we? We find ourselves following a hooded old man once again. This old man now, rather than traveling by foot from camp to camp, on a large passenger ship, seems to have been converted from old world military. As he's going on this large galleon, we find him in the underdeck, sitting atop a barrel surrounded by children and traveler alike. He offers a story once again for these children whose eyes glimmer like stars, and their curiosity far exceeds their capabilities, as every child should. As they beg him, please, please, another story. As with hesitation, the old man decides on just one more. All right then. Another myth, a legend from forgotten lands. There was once a city known as Vistaria, one with high crystalline walls and grandeur all over. This city was built into a crater. Quite peculiar, but the folks of old had odd taste. But this isn't a story about the city. It starts with one of her people. Within such a city lie a high priest, one of much virtue and little vice. He held power unknown to the people over this old city, being the head of prayer, a diviner of utmost respect amongst his people. This priest had wandered through Visaria as often as he did as any other, but he travelled through the early hours before commerce awoke. It's there he spotted her, his lone vice, biased by the roadside, if you will. Within Vistaria lived human, an uncommon race, then a myth now. It was a woman by the name of Iris, a hidden beauty who rarely escaped the confines of her garden, only traveling abroad to gather necessary supplies. A godly man, and his first sin, it's a story as old as time. As the kids seem to sort of lose interest a little bit, as this doesn't seem to be rather an exciting story, if it's going to just be another story of love, that you're not exactly interested in hearing a retelling of how they were made. But the old man ushers them, silences them quick. The priest tried as he did, but he couldn't waver the admiration for her. So he thought of concocting a gift, one that the world had never seen before. So he set himself to research. Through days of studying rumor, myth, and old world text, he came across an ore known as the Black Diamond, a theoretical gem said to have formed within Lumen's greatest depths. Through hints of nature and principles of the unknown, this material was said to form somewhere within Lumen, though it was theoretical at best. As hearing the talk of gemstones, the children perk up just a little. But he found that place. Bordering a town named Lincoln was a pit that brought life to this town, and a pit that went far into Lumen's depths. Within this pit, the priest had reason to believe was the gem that would forge the dagger for his beloved. As he set upon four great heroes to brave the pit like no other had before. As we start with you all, a veteran mercenary group entering the town of Lincoln. What was once a small town is now a bustling trade town, as merchants and travelers looking to either gain resources or adventure through this large pit and its caverns have collected here. So who would enter first into the queue to enter town? As always, a town that's popular, there is a line. Guards getting their fares and taking a few coins to let people in. Though they shouldn't, they still do. As which one of y'all would like to go first? Three.
Jaden Barkley steps towards the front of the line, and looks at the guards. I know how this town works. Is it still 2 copper?
That it is, lad. As he holds out his hand expectantly.
I put the 2 copper in his hand, and
Little inspection or check, he allows you in.
step on through.
As for the next one, we have Jaden. Then next comes Kit. What is your character's name?
Seth Vire. and she would walk up to that same guard and remind him that Jaden dude just paid her fare.
Hmm. Then he'd let you in, but he'd say, "Is there any more with you?"
Uh, might be a couple. Keep an eye out. I'm not sure.
Right. As his guard's looking Seth up and down, please describe what he sees.
Seth is an Etrian. She's pretty humanoid. She just has very obvious green scaling and slitted eyes. She's obviously a bard. She has her lyre at her side, keeping track of everything. She's more of a playwright than a straight up musician, so she's paying way too much attention to what all these guards are doing.
Hmm. All right. As noticing the guard looking you up and down, not in a sort of leisurely way, but just actively looking you up and down before passing you off in his mind. As you step through the gates and enter Lincoln. Then next comes a con, I believe. Jasper, what is the name of your character? We've lost him. It's alright. Jaden and Seth. Turtle. As you are next in line, what does the guard see?
I have, well, at the moment he just has a hooded cloak on, so you don't really see much. But I have a idea, but I'm gonna run it by you. I have the cantrip moment to think. Could I use that to bypass paying the fee?
You could, certainly, though the fee's already been paid for you. But you could 100% bypass it if you wish.
Oh, I didn't know it was covered. I thought it was the whole thing was paying the fee.
The first of you had paid off the fee for the guards.
You just
That means
see Jaden standing on the opposite side of the gate, tapping his foot impatiently as I'm got my hood up, wearing my leather armor and holding my longbow in my hand, impatiently, unstrung.
What is Jaden?
He's a ranger. He's your scout.
No,
Jaden
like,
is a human.
That's right. We're supposed to know each other and all
Yep, I'm
that.
human.
But yeah, I'd say for what the guard would see would just be beneath the bit that could be seen from beneath the hood would just be a few specks of kind of dark green hair, and then just the glowing reddish orange eyes of his with the uh, glowing marks just under his eyes as well would be mostly what would be seen as he just lifts a hand and gestures to the others. I'm with the
Go. He passes you off before tending to the next. The guards aren't the best, but they're nicer than most. What can you ask for with corruption? They let you all through for measly 2 copper. To you all, that's little more than pebbles on the floor. The priest who had contracted you, though never gave you a name, had offered you 300 gold pieces each to prepare for this adventure, of which you all can spend in the interim before this scene and the next, as the old man describes. And there they went, arriving in Lincoln. They were given dozens upon dozens of coin, mountains, if you will, to prepare. None has succeeded so far in braving the pit. It would be as he goes to say that as the kids are looking up at him. It'd be a very bad idea to try and brave it without preparation. You understand, right? You'd never go into the dark without your parents' hand. They would never go into a pit without a potion or two. As the kids nod, and thus they entered Lincoln. They set upon to a local tavern, a name lost to ours. As they had sat down, they had a chance to gain information from the locals, and that they did. This pit, you see, was famous. Maybe not globally, but to the people nearby and of this continent. It was a spot of miracle. What held caves with ore and relics of the old world, it was a prime spot for merchants and travelers alike. Though the townsfolk did not favor their newfound neighbors, but they did appreciate the heavy influx of coin. As now, Jaden, you'll enter the inn first.
Hmm.
As it's later in the day, the live music has sort of died down. And now the only thing that fills the air is the smell of mead and venison from the local hunters, and the quiet whispers of commerce between small groups scattered throughout the bar.
As I'm looking around, I enter in, pull out a tankard that's just hooked around my belt and knock it down on the bar. I look up at the barkeep. I believe there's 3 more of us following in behind. It'd be nice to have a drink first. Fill her up.
Right. As this dragonborn bartender takes your tankard and fills it with the cheapest ale he can find. You can't really get anything nice around here. Nothing but imports from abroad. But no matter, a drink is a drink even if it's poorly made. Should quench your thirst for now. As he places 2 more tankards down. And then comes in Seth. What are you doing?
I'm probably just gonna walk up and take one of the other tankards. This
Good.
priest. What do you know about him?
Are you asking that to the Dragonborn or to Jaden, their comrade?
Very purposely, just kind of looking between them. Whoever has answers has answers.
Jaden, you know the priest is a nobleman from the city of Visteria, 2 continents over. The city is much more than a luxury than anything you all could afford. The fact that a patron from there is even offering you a job proves that your name exceeds you by dozens of times over. Though he did not give you a name, the amount of coin he paid up front just for your supplies proves the legitimacy of this offer, as he had given you a few hundred coins each.
Well, if there's one thing that I do know, he don't like going for walks in the wood.
We don't have many priests around here, though. I wouldn't be surprised if you found one sitting outside the curb. We don't take nicely to beggars like them.
No, I don't imagine you do. But when one from another place offers you a job with a decent pay, well, in this day and age, you take what you can get.
Right. Of course, there'll be 1 silver for all the ale. All 3 tankards, just 1 piece.
I slide over the silver.
As we cut back to the barrels around a small oil lantern in a barge, as the storm is raging on in the background, one of the sailors scoffs. Where are you gonna get tankards of ale? Just for a silver 3 for 1. That's just a little more than a joke, really. Well, the old man responds, back then, coin was different from how it is now. You see, the coins were made of pure metals. A silver coin from today is far, far different from back in the days of old, where everything was just a little bit more pure. So now, well, the silver might get you a glass, but then 1 piece could get you a tankard or more. As we cut back to this bartender now cleaning a glass with a cloth. Clean one, luckily. As Turtle, your character, enters. What are they doing? There's already a tankard set for you. Your people have already sat down, and they're waiting for you.
Elias would have, as he walked in, he would have stopped a couple feet away from the door and just slowly scanned the bar out of mostly curiosity and instinct before walking over to where the others are at and takes a seat, grabs a tankard. Mm.
Very
Good.
well.
Don't really like having to wait for a table to clear.
Makes
Found
sense.
out anything already?
Not yet.
So I doubt they would.
But
I,
I'm sure if we wait long enough, we'll meet someone.
That's right.
oh, it's now just a waiting game. Lovely.
Indeed.
Yep, it is.
And he'll pull back his hood and reveal that he's got essentially deep dark green hair, uh, kind of pale gray skin, and his eyes essentially have a reddish orange glow to them, along with some three little marks underneath both of his eyes that are give off the same glow. He's in a drift.
Very good. A pretty common race this time. As the ale hits the back of your throat, it burns, and honestly, it tastes like
Blood the
shit.
body. But
The ale is
Edward.
lower quality than what you expected, but it gets the job done.
We're missing one.
Unfortunately, yes. Don't know what happens. I think he got held up by the guards for some unknown reason. It's always wise to not carry contraband.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he's probably smuggling something on him.
As they do. It's getting later the night. You will each will have 300 gold pieces, as the night markets of Lincoln will open as the rest of the town goes to sleep. You'll have access to alchemist shops, general stores, smiths, adventurers stores, armorers, all alike. The only thing you don't have access to are stores that sell magical equipment.
Damn.
As for the rest, you will have around 15 minutes to spend your hundreds of coin. And I wouldn't recommend
Perfect.
saving it. You'll need every last bit of resource you can find. As just a
All
little
right.
bit more information. This
Who
pit
wants
is
to-
around 23 miles deep and 2.5 miles wide. Little more than the first 5 miles have been explored and developed. As for the rest, no man's land. Your time for shopping shall begin now, everyone. Good luck. With our late night shopping concluded, you all found it best to give some time to rest. Tomorrow you all would depart, whether you all gained information or not. The window to enter the pit had opened, and it would close shortly after, as you all take a long rest, and awake the next day, refreshed as you can be. Jaden was the first one up, the leader of this sort of group, maybe not the leader, but the more outgoing one, if you will, was already awake. Having ordered breakfast for the rest, on the priest tab, of course, you were already awaiting, sitting idly by, as you hear commotion from locals regarding the recent increase in travelers entering the pit. They seem displeased. And soon after, Seth will enter alongside character Turtle. What's your character's name?
Elias.
Elias. As Jaden, Seth, and Elias, you all are eating breakfast and waiting for one more. Anthony, what is the name of your character?
Jim?
Jim. Right. As once again it seems Jim is late. He's a heavy sleeper. You all knew that, and he's got a tendency to just run a little behind. But with the clock ticking, our heroes could sit idly by no longer. One of them, whether Jaden, Seth, or Elias, went to go negotiate with the locals, if you might say, to get what information they could on this pit before their eventual descent. As we begin, Seth or Elias, which of you would like to go and interact with the locals discussing their displeasure over the recent travelers?
I'll go.
Excellent. As Seth the Etrian walked over, meeting these locals by the eye before brazenly sitting down, with a tankard in hand, of course. As you have two con men look up at you, confused, irritated, before they attempt to ignore your presence and go back into conversation. Locals are just running. The merchants have been running up all the prices lately. All these adventurers buying all the goods from us. Thought because the demand's higher they can just raise the price. What are we supposed to do then? Earn an honest living and stay home while everything gets more costly by the day? Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. I hear there's lots of gold to find down in the pit.
Right. That's what they all say. That's part of the problem. That allure of coin, that opportunity drives you people in. And with travelers come merchants as well. And it just goes all downhill, doesn't it?
I'll walk up quietly behind, listening in.
As this con man sort of realizing his I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. Yeah, it's just very frustrating what's been happening with the recent surge in adventurers coming to explore the 4V. It's just made things a lot more difficult around here. I know it's not your fault. It's the merchants thinking they can get a quick coin by upping the price, but it's frustrating nonetheless.
Have you been down in the pit?
Of course, most of us have at some point. Not far down, though. Just to the mines to get ore, silver, and iron when we can.
Well, forgive me, but you seem open with your opinion, so I'll offer mine. If you're being bombarded by outsiders who don't know how to survive, safe to assume they're not coming back, right?
Many of them do, but a lot of the bigger caravans don't. Most of the travelers stick to the developed layer and just under it. They don't really travel much deeper down than that.
Tourists.
That's the good word for it. Tourist is right. Thinking they can come and just get rich quick, if you will.
What if we were to tell you that our journey down might not bring us back, and we're already aware of that? Then what would you say?
Well, you certainly wouldn't be in the first. Good luck then. Good
Which leads
luck.
me to my point. We have plenty of items on us, gold on us. If you know so much better than the tourist, why not just plunder?
Why not just plunder the pits? It's
Hmm.
wrong. You see, as much flack as I give the tourist, they have brought a lot of opportunity to Lincoln. The coin has transformed this town. I remember when I was just a boy. We struggled to afford food. Merchants wouldn't come by here often. There wasn't enough coin to draw them in. But your people brought opportunity that let Lincoln grow. So in reality, it is a good thing despite my complaints. And we attribute all that to the pit. Povie, Rovi.
Hmm.
You misunderstand. How many well equipped bodies are in the pit? If you're worried about raising prices, surely you can gather some coin.
You must not understand. It would be much more costly getting bodies and their equipment up than to just purchase them itself off of merchants here. Even just a mile trek with 100 pounds in your back is rough. Imagine a climb. You don't have the capabilities of something like that. Not just a smith or a cobbler like me or my friend here.
But a good smith or cobbler like you can provide a decent pair of boots, can't you not?
We do try.
And a
We
set
do.
of pittance, you know.
Or a set of climbing equipment, all the same.
And
Doesn't make it.
yet you don't raise your own prices along with the rest of the merchants.
We don't.
Why not? For one, thank you for being honest. But for two, why not?
Goes, kids. My beliefs.
Hmm.
It does now.
Man with integrity.
Even if it costs
Well,
me.
rest assured, if I come back from this, you will have my custom for the rest of my visits here.
Thank you for that. So,
So,
as for
your
why we
uncle's
don't plunder the pit, the name's Pyre, by the way. A pleasure to meet you too.
This is Seth. I believe she was trying to ask a question. And I'm Jaden.
I skipped over your question, Seth. I want to answer. Why don't we just raid the pit itself? Well,
why
it's
don't you anchor a lift?
a lift. We don't have ropes that are strong enough to bring a lift down that far. And even if we did, the beasts of the further layers would just cut them asunder. You know,
Speak as though from experience.
right.
Would silvered weapons be of any use down there?
I'm sure they would be. Or probably in the abyss. Though we're not exactly sure what's down there. Just their glint enough might help scare off a beast. Who
What
knows?
sort of beast are we talking about?
Conic, it seems the large caves of the third layer have become a rather famous nesting ground for our neighbors. Drakes, wyverns, All sorts of draconic kin have settled down there in the third layer. Makes traveling down any further difficult as they're rather territorial.
3 layers, is that it?
Oh, no. There's at least 4 that we know of. The Abyss, and then God knows how much deeper it gets.
Have you heard of a
Territorial.
legend?
Legend? There's been many legends down here. A lot about the pit of life, what she gives to us, and having a soul, if you will. Lines. I remember. It's a line that my mother used to say. You seek to take from. Never mind. It's not relevant.
It might be very relevant. All legends have some base in truth, don't they?
I suppose. My mother had a line that she'd coined whenever she'd talk with merchants. You seek to take from what has so generously given life to our people. She's tolerant, but not unwise. You seek to take, she will take greater. I remember my mother saying that to the local expeditionaries before they went down that pit, and the grim look on her face when they didn't return. It was sickening, honestly. Nothing a boy should have seen, but it's just how life is down here.
Well, there's 2 things that can be said of legends. First, that they're born in truth. The second is something that I've been brought up with, though. If the truth is louder than the legend, speak the truth. But if the legend is louder than the truth, speak the legend. Now, my question is, which is the truth and which is the legend?
I think all of our truths have a bit of myth in them, but every single legend is spawned from something. You see, a lot of our sayings come not just from our faith in the pit. It did raise Lincoln from a struggling village to damn near a city at this point. But there are ruins down there, remnants left behind from the old world, texts that we can't quite decipher, and machines that have been dormant for quite some time.
Ah,
A lot of our legends
and,
spawn from what limited translations we have of these ruins.
and what of a
Held
black diamond?
a black diamond, a myth, one that our people have had for a very, very long time. I don't remember where it first came from. Might have been from a traveler, or from a local scholar, translating what little they could from the ruins down under. Rumor of this theoretical ore, a gemstone akin to obsidian, but the shape and refraction of a diamond, yet it has the purple light of amethyst. This ore that was said to have spawned from the very lifeblood of Lumen, so to have been indestructible, though the best we've found is small excerpts written on old world books or on the walls. They're ruined. Small text alluding to its existence, but nothing more. If you ask me, I think something like it might be down there. Nothing like the legends. Every legend's based in truth, but the truth is never what the legend says. At least that's what I believe. A long
That's my
time ago,
thoughts.
a human much like yourself had passed through here, called themselves a sage. I think they called themselves Seraph, a brilliant magician. Could cast more spells than I could even understand. Magic in the flesh, it was incredible. He had deciphered these texts. I don't know if that's something all humans do or just one. That'd been the first human that had come through our town in God knows 100 years. And he was able to decipher it. Maybe you'll do the same.
Maybe.
God knows.
Maybe that's
Matter.
why they brought me along. But
Maybe.
Seth,
Mm-hmm.
how much are you aware of our journey?
Well,
Seth, upon doing your research, you had gotten some books describing the layers. The first layer consists of a development zone, including a lot of mines, scaffolding, and more so just an extension of Lincoln. More so a city under the earth built upon large platforms, cemented in steel bolted into the earth. This is where a lot of expeditionary forces stage their larger prep grounds, and a lot of merchants tend to settle. alongside a lot of mining. The second layer is the true staging ground for the famous expeditions. Here you can find abandoned camps and ruins from the old world deep within the cave systems that are connected to here. Then you enter the no man's land, an area with little development and large draconic presence. Fights between draconic kin are quite common here. And then comes a lair that you've heard of, but you don't know much information about, known as the Abyss. But you couldn't get much more information than just its name.
Our, our first steps will be fine. It's, correct me if I'm wrong, Pyre, but much the city itself, some mining. We'll dive a little deeper to where these runes are, which on these runes, do you have any of these translations saved? Is there anything we can study on that before we go in?
No, we don't have anything like that. So the scholars, maybe the merchants, but our town is not awarded anything like that.
Well, I guess we'll be doing our own translations. A little deeper are my kin, which on that as well, Pyre. My people are very close to these drakes and other draconic bloodlines. Has anyone tried to commune with them?
Not that I know of. They seem to attack anything without scales. So if you've got a good few showing, you might be in luck. Hell, you could ask Ignis over there, as he points towards the draconic bartender. He might be able to help you out there. Doubt he'd leave his post, though. Something about not letting his mate, his bar hand, take control again after what happened last time, as he does air quotes.
What happened last time?
Not sure, but they lost a lot of money that night.
Interesting. So
Probably the newbie just giving out free drinks or messing things up.
we'll have to check in with him before we leave. But if we do talk our way past your survival right through the dragons, I don't think much people have come back from the abyss.
No, not a soul that we know of. People have come back from even no man's land with the dragons, but once people enter the abyss, they don't come back. Everyone's got a theory on that. Like I said, my mother's quote, the bringer of life, Vovavori, knows that people are taking what they've not earned, so she takes everything from them. Other scholars have their rumors, but there's just one thing that's kind of odd. It's around the cutoff in the abyss that communication lines start to fade. Seems sending stones don't really reach far past the abyss's starting line, so communication is promptly cut beyond there. They're on their own. As for why, we never learned a reason, and I doubt we ever will. I'm sure as hell not sending my friends or my son down there. The people I know are willing to go either.
So for all you know, it doesn't go deeper, and there's a portal past that border.
That's right. That could be the end, for all I know. Who knows? Maybe people find a paradise they don't want to come back from down there. Only God knows. As he's bringing a handkerchief to his lips, breakfast was good. I do think it's time I get to work. I've got to reach the first layer and start heading and preparing my team for the mines.
I toss him my very, very last silver piece. Thank you for the information.
Generous. For something like this. Wow. Appreciate it. If you ever need ore, you need something made, you know where to check. My smithery lies in the first layer, just before you start going down under.
We'll be there.
Very well. As him and his aide, the fellow Khan, start to get up, preparing to leave the bar. Elias, you've been sitting at the bar stand this entire time. Have you said anything to Ignis, the Dragonborn? Anything at all? What have you been doing?
How far away would they have been?
It would have been 10, maybe 15 feet away. You could have listened in for the most part.
Probably been what he was doing. He was just somewhat listening in case there was a commotion, and he would be ready. But he would mostly just been keeping to himself and eating his breakfast.
All right. Very well.
If he was spoken to by someone else, he would answer.
Then we're going to cut over. As the children say, but, mister, wasn't there one more with the group? You said 4. Ugh. Right, I forget about that one. People often do. I think his name was John, Jim. That was it.
Jim.
He was always thought he was a late sleeper, but I never believed that sort of thing. So let's just shift the perspective. As we cut to Jim on the first layer of the pit, a large sort of economic zone with shops all over, travelers gauging, and lifts down to the second layer. As Jim, no, he wasn't lazy, he wasn't late. He was
Arrived right when I needed to be.
a scout, if you will. He went in first so that other people wouldn't have to. As we cut to Jim walking around this lair, approaching the lift. As you come to it, it's rather unguarded. A group seems to be preparing to go down as it is a standard hempen rope lift with large cogs magically powered to descend it down. As you look down and you see mining operations all over, with minecarts suspended in the air through the use of ropes and various struts, and platforms adjacent to the walls as well. As Jim, what are you looking for down here? Look for a contact, look for information, or you could simply wait idly for your group.
I feel like I'd more look for information. Do we need any permits to go down? Any more? Do we need anything else that we may have forgotten or not known about?
As you ask around, it doesn't seem like you need any permits. Nothing of the sort. They let people freely go down almost. With even some people, locals, you assume, offering tours of the first and second layer for a few coin.
Uh-huh.
As beyond that, it seems you only have to wait, and then you can start your descent.
Is there anyone that would know anything about the third layer? Like any routes in there, anything at all? Could I
Oh,
purchase a map, perhaps?
as you go, now here's my question. Would you go to a more formal merchant shop or a small stand ran by locals, very clearly unkempt, with an older man sort of sitting idly by?
Locals, I can respect a wise person.
As you get up to the old man, you see dozens of different maps of the surrounding region, sort of positioned, showing them off, showcasing them, if you will. Here, you need something, lad?
Hello, sir. I'm looking for a map of as deep as you have. I know the third layer, I think, is the deepest that people have seen, correct?
Well, we've got a pretty general map. It's got a few caves on here. Yeah, got the way down from the second layer and a former expedition routes taken to the third. We don't know if it's current. I'll give it to you for 2 gold pieces, if you will. As he smiles.
Old timer, you seem like you know a little bit more. I'm sure you have some more information. You're literally standing right next to it on the first layer. Come
Roll a
on.
persuasion.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm seeing what it is. Okay. Oh
As
my
at this
goodness.
point, the rest of them had begun traveling the pit. After speaking to the bartender, he didn't have much information to give, and he adamantly refused to leave his shop, stating he didn't trust leaving it unattended anymore. As Yule had set off, rations, rope, potions alike, making it to the first lair. And soon after our friend makes their purchase, you all
I
reach
uh
the lift.
I got a 19.
As he smiles, all right, you toss in 2 more coins. I'll mark a few passageways only the local use. It's for you, friend.
Thank you, sir.
As you
We're
toss it with
going
a clink on the table, as the old man smiles.
we're going for the onyx. Or was it onyx, right? I can't remember the
No,
name of it.
black
No,
dot.
black diamond.
Right.
I was about to say onyx
Now,
diamond.
if you head through the caverns here, it'll bring you down to relatively close to the bottom of the second layer, the start of the third. You can avoid all the ropes and scaffold and the people. It'll take you through a few ruins if you like sightseeing,
Mm.
as that is the information he gives, alongside a set of ruins in the third layer known only to the locals.
Do you have any tips for avoiding some of these dragon going around? Like turn out your lights, that kind of thing.
I would advise against carrying anything fresh, anything organic meat, anything raw, any red meats really, anything of the sort. Anything magical as well. They've got a keen sense for the arcane. Potions, magic items, even magicians as well are a risk.
Damn. All right. Well, I got a few health potions. Where would I want to drop those off at, then? Or sell
I
those?
wouldn't. I would keep them on you if they were you. They might do more help than harm here. The beasts typically tend their own business, unless provoked or you enter their territory.
Hmm.
We the locals don't go down there because we have no need to. It's too far down. No reason to go down that far for what we need. And the travelers always seem to have a bone to pick or something to prove, so they get into trouble often.
Well, sir, I hope I'm not disturbing anyone by going down there.
You'll be fine, I'm sure. If you're disrespectful here, I pray you'll mimic that down there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, sir.
Now, the rest of you will reconvene, with Jim with a freshly purchased map sitting by the entrance of the lift. Seems he was on his own machinations while you all were eating and discussing. Doesn't seem the time was totally wasted.
We're still on the first layer, correct?
Yes, you all are.
Then I would want to pay a visit to the smithy,
Very well.
and I'd want to bring Jim along. Is Jim telling us about the map that he's purchased?
I'd
Yes,
assume.
correct. And also
Next.
the tip about the like evading the noses of the dragons on the third layer.
Aye, well, rather than spending coin on what could be a single-minded piece of information, let's get a second opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I head in with Jim into the
Excellent.
smithy.
As Seth and Elias are following quickly behind. It's a rather old smithy, but it's kept well. The equipment is surprisingly high quality, made of various silvers and some even with inscriptions of gold. None of it seems magical, but it's very well made.
Hmm.
You could tell that much. As Hire greets you. Didn't think I'd see you all so soon. Brings you down here.
Good quality equipment. I'll take 10 of those silvered arrows if you don't mind.
Of course. That'll be 5 silver pieces then. Hope you understand.
5 silver.
5 silver.
You're doing yourself a disservice there. I
It's
give him
alright.
a wink.
I'll charge you a little more than what the raw materials cost. Don't worry about it. These are only coated, they're not pure.
They're only coated. Fair.
They're coated, it's a fine coat. You won't notice the difference, but they're not pure silver.
In that
Wouldn't be
case, I'll
strong enough.
take 20.
Alright. Give me 10 silver pieces and we'll call it even. As he hands you these silver arrows. So,
Perfect.
can't imagine you'd be down here just for equipment. You all looked rather prepared when I'd first seen you. What really brings you all down here?
Though it never hurts to be fully stocked, I would like to ask a second opinion.
Right.
Our friend here, I think he's paid a bit too much for a map and been given some rather terrible advice. I've dealt with draconic beings and beasts before. I'm a beast hunter. Beast, well, you get the gist. And one of the things that he had been told when he got this map was don't take any fresh meat. One of the things that I've learned as a beastmaster is fresh meat makes good bait.
That it does.
So I'd like a second opinion on the tunnels that have been marked on this map, if you don't mind.
Right. As for the tunnels, they seem pretty good. It seems he missed a few spots, as he'll make some adjustments, adding a few more caves to the third layer, and even adding a set of ruins. If you go down here, there's actually a, as he looks around the shop, notices it's only the people with you. There's a sort of fountain down here. Seems to be some sort of old world relic. Maybe you could make use of its water. Don't know if it's special. Just heard the rumors from the people down here. Saw it on the map once. Might be good. But the map seems pretty well. Just missed a few caves on the third layer. They usually will skimp out.
Hmm.
Those sorts of details. As for fresh meat, it'd be good bait, but the competition down there's rough. Things are hungry, and, well, the only sources of food down there are each other, you, and whatever you bring. So it could be helpful to have the meat as bait, but it will certainly get you on their radar. So if you stay and mind your own business, take the caverns, it should be alright.
I think in this case, then, considering you know how rough those dragons can be, we'll leave the meat behind. I guess this isn't a single dragon claiming territory in the world above, like I'm used to.
Dozens of them down there. You'd,
Hmm.
if you imagine this pit is, from where we are now, it's about 2.5 miles across, the local architects say. It gets wider the deeper down you go, though. By the time you hit the third layer, it's easily more than 5 miles across. Gigantic sort of spot. Dozens of creatures of that kin sort of end up populating down there. Entire packs of them. Wyverns and drakes. Though dried meat should be fine, I think. It'll be a little bit less fragrant or appealing to them, as opposed to the fresh variety. So if you want, I'll do you a quick swap. I'll take the raw meat you have, and I'll give you some jerky. Just make
I
sure to
think
pack extra water.
I think that'll be fine. And I do indeed swap out my fresh rations for dried jerky and other assorted biscuits and things.
Very well.
Thank you.
Of course.
I look over
Anytime.
at Jim. Any questions? I give him a smile as I turn, wink at Seth, and walk out.
Jim, he said. Well, you got anything for me, lad? As Jim's quiet, seemingly entranced by the bracelets that this smith has up front. Though not magical, they are quite pretty. A good gift for a lover or two if you have one, or three if that's your sort of thing. But Elias and Seth, what are you all doing? The man's here, you could ask a local questions. He seemed to be rather friendly with Jaden.
Are there any more Dragonborn or Etrian or any kind of scaled folks?
We've got a few Draken around here, but not many Etrians. They don't usually come this far. As the old man sort of widens his eyes in the harbor as we go out of game once more. Gosh, I forgot a key detail. Lincoln is a town in the northern Lumen, in that sort of mountainous land. Due to the sort of colder temperature, a lot of these sort of draconic-kin-like snakes tend to not be around here, while the Draken and Drakenborn seem to favor the colder temperatures. For that reason, there wasn't really a lot of Etrians or anything of the sort down there. And Lincoln itself was built on a large plateau surrounding a mountain range, perfectly set for the abyss. As you get back, and Jim begins to or not Jim, Pyre begins to explain. No, they don't really like the cold up here. Tend to stay further south.
So no way of knowing if these Drakens and Dragons are going to be open and talking.
Boo. Could be. Just don't got any proof.
One way to find out. I will let you know if it doesn't get me eaten.
Well, good luck then, friend. And, you the Dread. You need anything, lad?
I think I'll probably have to switch out my Russians as well for some jerky if you got it.
Of course. As he'll do a one-to-one trade, give you dried turkey, sort of rations of the sort. Is it all you need? No equipment? Nothing?
I think I got everything else I needed earlier.
Well, I bid you all good luck. And if you could do me a favor, you see that sign by the door? Could you place it outside? As it's just a generalist sort of wooden sign, an A-frame if you will, that has information on the prices. As quickly you all leave, let's say Jim on the way out sets this sign as, without further ado, it's about time you all descend. The pit will wait no longer for you. It's not going to get any less deep. You might as well start now, while the day's still young.
We begin our descent.
That is correct. You will enter onto the lift. The sort of rhythmic flicking of the gears, the swaying of the lift, as you will descend down from the first layer to the second. As you all are sort of ejected, if you will, onto an older wooden platform, what seems to be an abandoned camp around you, with some travelers having reclaimed and reused some of the tents, as it seems you all are not the only group planning on going down. Now the question for you all, will you all go down, or will you all explore the caverns and the caves? There have said to have been ruins around there, but
There
time
was
is of the essence, of course.
2 points of interest on the second level that was mentioned. The ruins and the fountain, was it?
That is on the third level of the fountain.
That's on the third level. Well, realistically, how much information are we going to get from the ruins?
We might find out what's waiting beneath.
Or we might find that too many tourists have scratched off whatever is useful. That's my worry.
Well, Jim has some secret ruins, doesn't he?
Well, should.
I
Wonder
think
where
at
Jim
this
went.
point, I think at this point I've grabbed the map off of Jim and I'm actively
Yeah.
holding it.
Most certainly. As there are some additional ruins that weren't pointed out on the second level, seemingly a sort of catacomb-esque structure.
I think if
Seeing
we're going
some
to find anything, it'll be
first.
there. Out the way of the tourists.
Indeed. As to go through there, you all would have to enter one of the various cave systems and navigate your way through in the dark until you get there.
Hmm.
Now remember, the day's only so long, and you all believe you shouldn't travel at night. So you will want to be in either a suitable cavern or at a suitable resting point before night descends and the pit becomes pitch black.
Blind sight, 10 foot.
I ain't got shit
Except,
for that.
oh my goodness.
I got a
Then
hooded lantern. That's all I got.
Jaden, then that would mean little to you, the pitch dark. You could still
Hmm.
see your immediate surroundings, though if something were to sneak up on you, you likely wouldn't see it until it was too close.
Yes.
But
But
there's
at
been
least
no
I'd still
ruins of
see
that.
it.
Indeed. Now you all have a choice: to the ruins in the second layer, or to descend the pit.
Ruins in the second layer, I think, as I light a torch.
Excellent.
1 of 10.
I'll just grab my lantern out of my off the side of my pack, grab the tinderbox, strike it, and light it up where it has it. Have the hood half open that way. It's not fully showing, but there is a soft little glow around at least immediately us.
Very well.
We can see.
Then this torch will last for quite a few hours then. As you all make your way to the cave system, passing small groups settle around these ruins, and you start to enter the caverns. A treacherous climb indeed, hard to see, jagged edges, but at some point almost purposeful pathways, seemingly carved from the stones down. As Jaden, you're leading, I need you to make us a survival check. Surely the ranger took survival, right?
On this occasion, yes. I have the proficiency. That is an 18 plus 6 for 24.
Very well. Despite the unknown nature of these caverns, you are a veteran at the end of the day. All of you are. This is nothing. Descending through these caverns using the small markings written on the walls by the locals, and this map lit by your torch in your right hand, or left hand if you are left handed, though rare, you find these ruins. Upon entering through a very, very narrow squeeze, but you all manage to get through. You enter this clearing with magical lighting. Not purposeful, however. It seems some sort of glow vine has emitted a very light, soft glow over these ruins, as it seems to be what used to be a small, maybe holy site, a small little resting area. All you see is the now weathered stone with pillars holding up what used to be a ceiling, and a few walls with inscriptions on them as well.
Does anyone have paper?
We can say one of you has paper. If you'd like, Seth, you can have paper.
I just want to start jotting them down to the best of my ability.
As you do. Now, if anyone's trying to decipher this language, I need a history, and the human will make it with advantage.
I'll give it a try.
With advantage, history.
History.
Natural.
With advantage, that is a 14 total.
I got a natural 19.
Natural. Oh, so close. And
I
I'm
have a
assuming.
+0 for history.
Oh my god! Hey, can I roll one as well? I forgot I actually have a high score for this.
Right. Then you can roll as well.
Thank you. Oh, I almost rolled in the wrong DC. Oh my god. 21.
A natural 20, or just with your mod?
Not a natural 20. We're not deciphering it fully yet, boy.
Then unfortunately, none of you are able to decipher the language behind this. Though, Jim, you get a feeling of what it says. It doesn't seem to be a warning, more so as not even a message. It seems to be more so an informational note, akin to the small wooden signs you see when you reach a crossroads between two towns that says where you are. It seems something akin to that, though as to the actual translation, you haven't a clue.
Essentially a marker.
It's
My
essentially a mark.
mind's telling me this is a marker. A feeling. No warning, no thing. I think it's safe to go forward, at least so far.
What does it say?
No idea. I only have a feeling I haven't deciphered this yet.
Feelings don't help.
As if you all would like, I can actually send a picture of what these runic texts look like.
Please.
As these are the text. As you will decipher what certain letters are, I will fill them in. This is a language known as Archaic in my main game, and is the language that Runecraft is written in, alongside all Old World runes. So whenever there is a language that is impossible to decipher, even through the means of magic, it's here. Minimize. As you write all three messages down.
Um, Actually, that's a good question. Is it impossible to decipher through the use of magic?
It is impossible to decipher through the use of magic.
Are you gonna attract the dragon? I'm joking. We're not on that level yet.
There is for some reason, spells like comprehend languages have been unable to translate such a thing. This script is unique, if you will.
I mean, without the Rosetta Stone, we didn't really know a lot of languages.
Now, everyone roll me an investigation. So excited!
Oh my god, investigation!
Oh, +0. Great.
Same here, don't
14.
worry.
Natural 1.
Natural one.
Damn. Oh my god, I keep opening.
Only one of y'all's gotta beat it.
Watch
9.
out. Oh my fuck. 19.
Excellent. Now, Jasper, you can't say a word or allude to a thing, okay?
I can't
Not a
say a
word.
word or allude to a
You
thing.
can't allude to a thing, because I know you're gonna react.
Okay.
Looking through these,
Poker face.
you find what seems to be an entranceway into another room, with pillars in a circle and a spell circle around a lone object. As in this room, you see a mirror with an ornate wooden frame. Looking through this mirror, you don't see your own reflection. Not at all. But something seems so odd about this mirror, so familiar to you all. You can't quite put your finger on it. That's what you'll do.
What was the can I use my mind's eye to see if it's a if it what I should do with this mirror? Like what kind of this mirror is?
It's just a mirror, one that doesn't
Okay.
offer you a reflection.
All right, I'm gonna go touch it then.
You sure?
Vampire.
Yeah, why not? It's not showing a reflection. That's weird.
As your fingers, you all are in the room for this. As your fingers touch the mirror, a small rippling is seen from where they make contact. And slowly but surely, you, Jim, alone, see your own reflection in the mirror. What seems to be yourself looking back at you, though. It feels off.
Hmm, that's strange. Not getting a feeling out of. I don't know if it's some bad or good here, huh? Or if those don't really work.
You feel as if some part of you is left within this mirror after you take your hand away. An almost insignificantly small piece of you, but something is surely left here. For what reason, you're not sure.
Hmm. All right.
Now, as for the rest of you all, you saw this mirror have a ripple after Jim touched it and nothing happened. Will you all do the same?
I would call it. I now see myself in the mirror.
Yet you don't see any reflection. It's all the same.
You don't feel any different?
No, not really. Other than like maybe a piece of myself was left there, but it's more like if I was to shed skin or something. Like after you have a sunburn.
Can anyone work out what it is? What it does?
I mean, it's a cool looking mirror.
Who knows? But without experiencing the same sensation as Jim, it seems like it would be very difficult to decipher what it does, if possible at all.
And there's no indication or script or anything.
Not a single one. Just the mirror. Now, we cut back to the older man speaking with the child. And there they sat, just in front of a mirror. It's ridiculous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wondering what it did, afraid of it some. But something was special about this mirror. It held a power they didn't know about. Power to bring something back. Bring what back? We might never know, but that mirror was special in its own right. It was something utterly unorthodox. As you all as a group get one question to ask about this mirror, as the child, his curiosity spikes, and he can't help but ask something about it, as you all have one question to ask.
Is it taking part of the soul for the unknown lady that wants something back for us being here?
Well, it seems to take a part of the soul, but as for what reason, I don't think we'll ever know. It holds on to that piece, keeps it safe, if you will.
Jaden, curious, cautious, would touch the surface of the mirror.
As akin to a water's ripple, your hand makes contact with this mirror, and your hand plunges through as if entering the surface of water, plunging into its depths. As you walk through, and you see yourself staring back at you in this pool of water, an older version of you, perhaps. As with the hand on your shoulder, Seth, curious, seeing your pause, puts it on, and you're awoken, with your hand still on the mirror and your own reflection looking back.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I intentionally turn my head towards Seth whilst keeping an eye on the mirror. Is it following my reaction?
The mirror is mirroring your activities, just as any mirror would.
Okay.
But we can't see each other, right?
Nope, you can't see each other's reflections.
Jaden, touch it
Yes.
with me.
I leave my hand touching the surface and invite her to join.
And I'll put my hand on the mirror.
As you touch it, a ripple forms, and you see yourself looking back at you, Seth. And it only leaves one, Elias, who hasn't touched a single mirror at all. What do you do, Elias?
Seeing Jim touch it and not seeing his reflection, in his mind, he instantly thinks, "Oh shit, is he a vampire? Are we gonna have to kill him?" And then he starts thinking a bit more. He's like, "Oh no, we're out in the sunlight. He would have already burned up. So there's definitely something else is up." And then he watches as uh, the others go and touch. He's like, still in his head, he's thinking, "Now, are we really doing this? Touching mysterious shit?" Well, Mama ain't raised no bitch, and he's just gonna walk over and put his hand on it as well.
Do you slap your hand on the mirror? The same ripple before you see yourself looking back, an aged version of yourself, with your hair having grayed, yet it mimics your reactions all the same. As a vow has been made, a vow of safekeeping between you all and the mirror. As the mirror has done all it can, the rest is
Yeah,
up to you all.
come on, handsome old man.
Well, well, that was rather interesting. I think we need to make a move. Shall I lead the way?
As Jaden, you start to lead them down, roll me another survival.
If it comes to that, we need to climb and stuff. Let me know. I'll gear up and get
That
ready for
is
that.
a 25.
As you lead the party back out from the caverns, as you all are midway through the second lair, you now have a choice to make to continue through the caves or to climb down the outside. All around you see various hitches and ropes, many old, some newer, but still worn by the weather. You all can travel through the caves or
Looking at the map, wasn't there a point that it was noted was closest to the third layer?
you could take the caves and keep going down.
With my current survival check and my ability to track and trace the map and the path, our ability to see through the hooded lantern light, I take a note of my surroundings and I deem it safe enough to travel through the caverns to get to the next layer rather than take the ropes down, knowing that the cavern widens as it gets deeper.
Excellent.
There would be some of us that may not be as athletic as others. I figure the cavern route would be the safest and lead them that way.
Very well.
What you're trying to say is wouldn't be as
Then I just need an athletics check from everyone.
Can I do
As
some fancy shit and do acrobatics?
sure. As
anyone.
this game have cards. At any time, someone can choose to draw a card. They can have positive or negative effects.
Derek, I got some with me as well.
Well, I've got
Athletics.
athletics or acrobatics, whichever is higher.
That's a 19 total on acrobatics.
Very well. As you all manage,
I do the fancy shit at 26.
very well, you all manage to scale the cave down, getting easily to the bottom of the second layer and the start of the third layer.
Is 16 fine? There's no
It
bad
is
thing
fine.
for. All right.
Now, with the third layer, there were a set of ruins and oasis around halfway down, but now you will need to travel within the outside of the pit. Now, I did offer you all a deal. At any time, you could choose to draw a card. These cards are not from any source book you all have heard of, and they will have positive or negative effects. Let me know when you draw, if you're willing to take the bait.
Alright. Fuck it.
Are we heading towards the oasis?
You all have just started scaling down within the outside of the pit. As the first card has been drawn, Feed the Swarm. As the draconic activity in the region has heightened, I need everyone to roll me a stealth. Casters roll the stealth with disadvantage. Full casters roll with disadvantage.
Wait, someone's a full cast?
Do we have a full caster?
I think so. I'm a bard. Is that a full
Then you
caster?
have to roll disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a full caster.
Bards are full casters.
Do I have to roll if I throw all my potions right now? I'm joking.
That's a 19 from me.
14 from me.
Disadvantage, that's a 9.
Oof. 18 for me.
Can I apply Pass Without a Trace and cast that?
You could.
Which I can.
You could certainly, though, I'd argue, unless you were doing that the moment you old exited, which I think would be fair,
Hmm.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to roll.
You're going to what, sorry?
I'm going to roll for the enemies, but everyone can add a plus 10 or the effects of the spell.
It is a plus 10,
19.
which gives me a 29.
So the lowest would be 19.
Gives me a 28.
Now, 2 out of 3 of the wyverns have rolled a 19 or higher. Just rolled. Jaden, not Jaden. Seth, after adding Pass Without a Trace, what is your stealth roll?
19.
Then 2 wyverns will have taken notice of the group as they start to fly overhead around 100 to 200 feet above you all, encircling Seth. But they've yet to go for the attack. What do you all do?
Just gonna call out in Draconic. We don't mean to disturb you. We'll be gone quickly. Once we reach solid ground, we will leave you some offerings. We do not worry. We're just going to the oasis.
As they continue to fly overhead, getting closer as you all descend down, as they get closer and closer and closer, as they're now around 60 feet overhead, trailing you all. Anything?
How far until we reach her?
Not before these beasts reach you.
I'm going to put a hunter's mark on the closest of the two as they're circling.
Mm-hmm.
How far is the ground?
The ground is round another 100 feet down before you get to a solid ledge overlooking the pit.
How much damage would that be if you were to fall?
10d6 if you were to jump down.
10d6.
I need everyone to roll initiative as the wyverns have grown hungry.
Alright.
15?
17.
Alright?
17 as well.
Which one of you wants to go first, or do you want to re-roll?
Wait 1 second, I still haven't rolled.
What's your
Ooh.
dex mod?
2.
Reroll then.
I got a 15.
What's your dex?
Turtle, you're going first because it'll be Turtle then me.
You're a monk. I think your dex is probably higher than mine.
Yes, I'm the monk. I'm a monk. My dex is a little higher. It's a little-
I think Elias definitely would have. Well, Elias definitely would have been the first one to start climbing down. He would have, because he's adept at climbing, and he would have essentially had set up having check going the little lines and all that, checking to see if they're all good still, and if he felt any of the pittons that were loose, he would have pretty much pushed them in a little bit more to give him a little bit more of a grip, so that those above him were doing good. But yeah, the moment that the dragons came about, he definitely would have tied off to get ready. And if we're doing this, he's going to essentially, yeah, he's going to raise his hand, trace his fingers through the air a bit as three little specks of magic seems to form, and he's just going to cast magic missiles out at them.
Very well. As combat has started, and that is your first action, Elias, which one are you attacking? All on one, split it between the two, or what?
One of them's going to take two, the other is going to only take one of them. So
I
do
have Hunter's Mark
Or-
on the one at the rear. Sorry, the one at the front.
Alright, so that'd be Wyvern 1.
all right. So Wyvern 1 is going to take 6 points of force damage as 2 of the missiles hit, and Wyvern 2 is going to take 2 points of force damage. Yeah, as a third one hits that one.
Very good. Now, for the rest of your turn, do you spend movement or a bonus action as this first one is descending fast, plummeting down towards you all?
He would have probably worked this way to where he was tied off a bit more to the ropes and all that out of everyone else's way. And that way, if they wanted to go further down, they can get past him. So he would have basically just been set up to where he's tied to the ropes that are onto the wall with the harness that he has on from his climbing kit and has his back to it. That way he can essentially have his hands free for if he needs to fight.
Very well.
If you don't want to deal with them or you feel uncomfortable by clinging to a wall, continue on down. Should be safe. Just slow and steady.
Mm-hmm. Very well. As with the end of your turn, it is now the turn of Jaden, the human. What are you doing, Jaden? These wyverns are descending upon you all.
As these wyverns are descending upon us, in probably the first time many of you have heard me speak anything other than a common language, you hear a draconic battle cry that I've picked up from somewhere. And as you hear the blood-curdling draconic battle cry, for those that understand it, you would know what I'm saying. You would know that dragons don't back down when they're hungry. They just need to know that they have to fear what they are hunting before they would turn, hoping that the intimidation from it would in itself slow them down or get them to back off. But as I'm giving this battle cry, which, although it's intimidating, it's not my main action. I'm readying my short bow and I have it aimed directly at the first one, Wyvern 1, and I loose an arrow in its direction.
Roll to hit as the beast is coming down. Roll with advantage.
That would be an 18 plus 5, so total of 23.
Roll for damage.
Plus the hunter's mark, which gives me an extra d6. So that's 2d6 plus 2, or a total of 8 points of piercing damage.
Excellent. As your arrow lodges itself right beside the connection point between the torso and the wing, that sort of shoulder area on this wyvern.
Ensnaring strike.
All right. What do I need to roll for this beast?
Strength save.
Very well. That I shall roll. Let me deal the damage. Strength saving throw. How interesting. Alright. It doesn't have any proficiency with saves. Does a natural 1 beat your save DC?
No. Strength save of 14 on that, I'm afraid.
Describe to me what it does.
As the arrow hits, the attack from the arrow, you see what bursts out of it seems like vines, almost wrapping around the wing and entangling it, effectively making it immobile. It is restrained as these vines begin to hinder its movement. You see the dragon plummet as it can no longer fly.
Very good. As these vines, like a spider web, encroaching this beast, it starts to panic and flail. I need a dexterity saving throw from all of you, as this beast will fall past you.
It also takes 2 points of piercing damage at the start of each of its turns if it cannot free itself.
Very good. Now everyone roll me a
17.
dexterity save. It's going to be a DC 14.
I got 17.
I got a 12.
I also got a 12.
Anyone that fails is going to be hit and knocked down with the beast.
I got a 15,
Um,
thankfully.
but we have climbing kits, so we can only fall 25 feet. We'll be fine. Right?
I don't think
Or
you
will the
understand what's happening.
it's gonna pull it down and break the rope, isn't it?
You have an entire large dragon wyvern falling on you full force, the speed of its rapid attacking descent.
Yeah, I'd
Not
rather
only will
fall.
this rope be ripped, you will lose your footing, and if nothing else, plummet not only into the plateau below, but further down the pit. As
I have
initially, you all are going to take
reduce for me whatever I take
16
by
bludgeoning damage. The initial strike of the wyvern hitting you
Um,
all.
16. All right.
Take the initial strike, and then I'll reaction cast Featherfall.
Very well. As this
For
beast is
those that
falling
saved,
down with you under it. For those that saved, you all manage to jump out of the way as you feel the rope that you all have connected yourselves to jolting and sort of swinging before it snaps with the connection point of Seth and Jim as they're falling, before soon their descent is stopped by a mystical glow encapsulating both of them as Featherfall is cast, and despite taking this initial hit, they are slowed to a crawl as they gracefully land on the plateau. But for the wyvern, it hits the plateau hard. You will hear the whimper and yelp akin to a dog getting struck as a crumbling rock comes off the plateau as the wyvern continues to fall into the pit. As the wyvern is going to take an additional 34 damage. Let's just do the math real quick for that. As this wyvern is more than bloodied. As with the start of the wyvern's turn, is that the end of your turn? I'm sorry.
that is the end of my turn indeed.
With the start of said wyvern's turn, I will now roll a strength saving throw. Does an 11 beat your save?
No, it will take 2 points of piercing damage.
Excellent. As it falls even further into the pit. As the second one, seeing the first one go down, is descending. Jim, it's your turn, as the second wyvern is quickly approaching Jaden.
So you're saying am I floating right now?
You have landed on a plateau 100 feet down.
Mm-hmm. So where is this wyvern?
It is 120 feet away from you.
Oh, so like
Up.
all right. Would my voice be able to reach it, I guess?
You could certainly yell, but if you're casting a spell, it's got to be within range.
I'll try and intimidate it, and I'll do a breath of the dragon while I'm doing that, spending a key point.
Roll an intimidation.
Oh, let me read this. It would yeah, it's just the attack. Ooh, oh my god.
Roll with disadvantage, though, on that intimidation.
I will use actually never mind. I'll tell you when it happens. So intimidation, and
You've got to beat a 14.
gotta beat a 14. Oh, I don't even need to do. I have to beat a 14. I got
Yep, you.
14.
Is that your disadvantage save?
That's my disadvantage.
Reroll?
No, 15.
Roll.
15. Never mind. I had a +1.
All right.
I don't even need to use it. Damn.
As this dragon honing in on Jaden, seeing a threat and feeling almost taunted, is going to turn its way. As Jaden, I need just an acrobatics check to see how well you handle this thing going past you. It won't hit you, but just roll me an acrobatics.
That'll be a 14.
As you manage to cling onto the rope, as you're getting swung up and down, this beast quickly zooming past you, a sucking gale coming down with it as it is descending upon Jim, the one who threatened it. As Jim, is at the end of your turn.
I will. I'll prepare for its arrival. Make sure I'm on sturdy ground. Maybe secure a python if I can. If I can. If not, then that's all. That's it.
Very good.
Wait. Could I heal? Could I drink a health potion?
Do you have a bonus action?
Yes. That was just an action.
All right. You will use a bonus action, and you can roll the healing for the health potion. As we move on to Seth. As this wyvern is moments before landing on this plateau that you all are on, what are you doing, Seth?
What am I doing? That's a good question. Hang on. And how far away is it?
It is 30 feet away, and it will be amongst you all next turn.
Okay, I'm just going to use my full movement to get as far away from the impact as I can, because the last one put a hole in the ground. And then I will shoot at it with a crossbow to make sure it stays down.
Roll to hit. As this commotion has attracted a third wyvern, the third of its pack, that will be entering initiative at the start of next round.
15.
Roll for damage.
9.
9 damage. As you strike it on its face, not hitting an eye, just above the nostril, in that sort of hardened part of its skull, you pierce through the beginning layer of the scales, but the arrow bounces off for the most part. Is at the end of your turn.
How far away is Jaden?
Jaden is around 100 feet away.
And Elias is up there with him, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, that'll be the turn.
As this wyvern will descend upon you, landing. Boom! I need a strength saving throw as it flutters its wings hard, causing a gust of wind threatening to push both of you off. Roll that strength save. It's a DC 16.
Damn!
Sure.
It went from an 18 to a 5.
No.
I got a 8. Wait, let me see. Nope, can't use it.
It
As
looks like
Jaden,
it's upholding to your history of being knocked down holes.
as you look down and you notice this wyvern, almost like a descending spear, flaps its wings and knocks both of your comrades off the cliff face as they begin to plummet. As it jumps down, and as you all are falling, it's going to go for an attack on you, Jim. What is your AC?
17.
Right, I'm gonna roll to hit publicly for this one. Up there. It's just easier if I do this. And you guys won't guess what stat block I'm using for the wyvern. It's 2 attacks. One with its bite. Does a 13 hit? I don't believe so.
No.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it would.
I need a constitution saving throw then to avoid being poisoned by its stinger. As you initially take 11 damage from it as it pokes into your side,
Is
jabbing
that
you.
Would this count as
Oh.
a ranged melee attack, ranged weapon attack, or no?
It is a melee weapon attack.
All right. I will go for a Constitution saving
a wild metal kitty I see?
throw. Oh my god! Oh my god!
As this
Just
beast
now
is
popped onto here
grabbing
and seen he had the
onto
camera.
you with its hind claws, holding onto you as you all are both rapidly descending down the pit.
18.
In 18,
Mm-hmm.
you will avoid being poisoned.
How much
But
damage
as
do I
you
take?
are being held, you've taken 11 damage from the stinger. As you all are both falling down, down, and down, with no nearby ledge in sight. That is the end
I-
of its
I'm
turn.
just gonna
I have
feather
something that
fall again and
reduces fall damage.
something happens.
Elias, it's your turn. You see a third wyvern scooching in from the distance, attracted by the commotion and the smell of fresh blood. As 2 of your comrades have fallen into the abyss, mimicking the draconic beast from before. What are you doing?
How many are there any that are within 60 feet of me right now?
Let's say the one that's coming in, the third one, is within 60 feet. Both of you and Jaden.
Alright. Then Elias is going to essentially reach up and bite onto his own thumb, and I'm going to need a constitution save from that wyvern as I'm
Alright,
casting pins and needles onto it.
rolling publicly. It got a 19. Oh my gosh.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happens?
Yep,
Alright.
I just bit my thumb for no reason. The idea was it you momentarily shut down a small part of the nervous system of a creature you can see within range before overstimulating it, causing crippling pain. If it was to fail, it would take some psychic damage, and the next attack roll it makes would be at disadvantage. But being that it was flying, I was hoping that it would have to do a dexterity save or something at disadvantage to maintain flight.
Now,
So
do
yeah,
you
with that happens, that it was a felt that it didn't take, he's going to start climbing his way down.
Alright, then use your movement. It's 100 feet down. You'll use 30 movement here. That's your speed. You'll be 30 feet closer down to the 100-foot drop. As you move on to Jaden, two of your comrades are descending quickly down the pit. Another wyvern is coming for you all. What are you doing, Jaden? You're starting to realize why you were offered so much gold.
I'm going to start by making sure that my footing is secure. And as I do so, my bonus action is going to be. I've got. My bonus action is going to be to recast. So I'm going to drop focus and concentration on the ensnaring strike, and I'm going to come back up with a hunter's mark on the wyvern that's attacking us.
Well,
And then I'm going to simply attack it with the short bow once
roll
more.
hit. As would anyone like to draw a card?
That's a 16 plus 5, so 21 to hit.
I want to. I want to draw a card.
21. Roll for damage.
10 points of piercing damage.
Excellent. As your crossbow sticks through it, as we have drawn the card, Burst Lightning. As despite the weather, a piece of dry, magically produced lightning will emerge from deep within the pit beyond the abyss, striking this third wyvern. As would you like
Yeah.
to roll the damage of lightning bolt?
I'll roll it. How much damage is that?
Lightning bolt, the spell, it's a third level spell, and it does 8d6 lightning damage.
That will be 33.
33 damage. Excellent. As you see this almost blue saving grace strike this wyvern, as these bolts of electricity strike throughout its body, stopping it in its tracks, as it's very clearly injured but no longer approaching you. Is that the end of your turn, Jaden?
Movement will be to move down through the caverns a bit more to reach the plateau.
Excellent. Then you are closer. Remember, it's 100 feet down, so you get your movement closer. As you
30
cut
feet.
to the first wyvern's turn, with your concentration fading, it snaps through these vines, and what was once falling shall rise again. It's going to come up, and it's going to attempt to swallow Seth, who is falling down towards its gaping maw. It's going to roll to hit you, Seth, with advantage, unfortunately.
Oh, of course, he's a monk. Probably has. He won't get swallowed. Just go down painful.
What's your AC, Seth?
A whole massive 14.
As its bite attack will hit you, and you're going to receive initially 13 piercing damage. Then, while it's grabbing onto you, it's going to attack with its stinger. Once again, a hit. I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Is this
being
to avoid
poisoned.
damage or I'm immune to poison?
Oh, you're immune to poison? Alright.
Yeah.
Then you're going to just take the raw damage. So overall, you're going to take 24 piercing damage. As this poison seeps through your system, your natural immunity renders it useless.
Just
Wait,
water
okay,
you're
so
injecting? What?
hang on. I had already put the initial damage. I forgot what it
Oh, then
was.
just
And
take
then
11 more. Just take 11 more.
okay, I'm
One
down.
additional damage. Good. As you are downed, this draconic beast, grabbing you with its hind claws, will start to take you further into the pit, unto its nest. Roll me a death saving throw. As Jim, it's your turn. You're still falling. This beast is clawing onto you, grabbing you with its strong hind legs, as Seth just got taken away. What are you doing, Jim, as you are falling rapidly? Your only chance is to somehow mount this beast, because you know if you hit the ground, you're better off dead. Would anyone like to draw another card?
Will.
Please.
Alright. Days. As it is your turn, it seems a roar echoing throughout these walls comes from further within the caverns, as the beast holding you, Jim,
Just summon
is
something there.
stunned for a moment. What do you do, Jim? As its claws loose on you, you feel you could escape if you tried.
Well, okay. I'm above like the endless dark pit, correct?
Yes, you are.
So if I loosened, I just fall.
But you could escape its grasp and climb onto this beast.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna try and escape its grasp. If I do that through attack, then sure. If I
No,
don't do that,
you can escape it normally. Now, roll me athletics to attempt to climb onto this beast.
all right.
Going to be an opposed check, but it's going to have disadvantage.
Yeah, you take that disadvantage.
It got a
Yeah.
natural 1 for 5.
All right, I got a 10.
Wow.
Thank God.
As you manage to climb onto this wyvern's back, as it starts to shake and quiver as it's trying to get you off. As what do you do, Jim, for your turn?
Well, I'm out of its grasp. It's going towards its nest, correct? Is there any other wyverns there?
There are dozens of wyverns far off in the distance, as the one with Seth is heading down towards its nest. You can't exactly tell. It's a large cavern in the walls.
I'm gonna try and grab it by its neck, speaking Draconic, to pull it towards where we were before.
Roll an animal handling check.
Can I do intimidation?
It'd
Please?
have to be an animal handling.
It had to be animal handling. That is correct. Natural 20.
As you manage to steer this beast in the direction that you wish, where are you taking it?
Is the plateau still there? Where we all
Plateau's
were
still
before?
there, as you can drag its head upwards.
I'll
As
do
it's
that.
following your command. As you go back, it's going to move its movement as you are just on the cusp of the platform. Is that the end of your turn? Controlling this
Um,
beast?
could I potentially? It can't like steer around and get out of the way, correct? It can't just
It,
immediately
it
do
can
that.
it can attempt to on its turn.
All right, I'll just continue controlling it. There you go.
Alright. With that, it is now the third wyvern's turn. As no longer shaken, it's going to come. It's going to attempt to attack you, Elias. Does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
As it goes for a bite, you pull back. As it goes for a claw, scraping, causing sparks to emerge off the stone, it misses, as this beast is right next to you. And it ends its turn, moving on to Seth. Roll me a death saving throw, Seth.
Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh.
Please don't die.
Seth?
By the way, that cat's so cute.
I
Sorry.
messaged you.
Oh, you got it? I
What's
didn't
its name?
hear you. Excellent.
See a little cat pop
Uh,
poking from the side of the camera.
Seth is continued to be dragged away. As it is the wyvern's turn, it will drag her into its nest as Seth is gone. Turn order resets. This will be the final round of combat. If you do not manage to get in a better position now,
I'm pulling a card.
what will happen? You're pulling a
Drawing.
card. Drawing.
uh,
As you bulk up, you feel a surge of vitality and strength go through you. For this round, any check you make will be made with advantage.
Okay.
I think I have an idea.
You all feel something is coming from below.
If you've got any ideas, tell it to us quick, because we haven't got much time.
It's your turn to act.
Mine.
Time. Yes, it is.
No,
I'm continuing on down to the plateau.
Excellent. As you continue down to the plateau, you move 30 feet closer.
Make that
Now's for your
60.
turn. 60? Excellent.
Yeah.
As you move down, what do you do?
I'm
turn.
just using my action to essentially dash as I'm getting down onto the plateau,
Excellent.
and that will put me 30 feet from it.
Then we move on to Elias's turn. What do you do?
The third wyvern, where is it at the moment?
It is above the hole, around 30 feet away from you all.
Oh, damn. Oh, there went my idea. So I guess he'll continue climbing to the plateau.
As the first wyvern will attempt to struggle out of your grasp. I need an athletics check from you, Jim. Natural 1. Once again, it tries to shake you off and fails. As Jim, your action will be the final one of this combat, as Seth has already passed away, unbeknownst to you all.
Damn. Bum, 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 bum. This is the start. Who's in the claws of this beast still?
There's a third wyvern coming to attack Jaden and Elias as they are scrambling down.
Would I be able to crash this beast into that one?
You would
All right, I'm gonna do that.
roll to hit, adding your animal handling check as a modifier.
Attack! It's about crashing. Yeah, sure. 22, unnatural. Awesome.
As ending combat, you all see Jim commanding a wyvern slam it into the other that was about to attack you all, knocking it into a wall as it begins to fall down. Then you feel it. Something significantly more ancient than any of these ruins, perhaps more ancient than this world itself. A presence grander than anything you've ever seen, even standing in the presence of a goddess. You haven't felt such pressure. As you look down of your peripherals and you see a rising light spanning the entire hole, coming up, 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 and then we cut back to the old man as the ship is starting to reach a storm, as the barrel he's sitting on knocks over, and he goes to pick it up, making sure the children are all right. As the kids look back and say, "No, not now, continue your story." As we get back to our band of heroes awaken in front of a mirror, unharmed, in the condition they were before they had met this battle, with a sense of deja vu and a memory of what had just happened. One moment you were there, the next you were here. As Seth, you remember the feeling of cold taking over as the life drained from your eyes.